Trump's next move is coming in for the Strait of Hormuz, and the stock market, the SP 500, is not liking it. Gold hasn't been liking it. Silver hasn't been liking it. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about all of this, how it plays a role if you're holding any of these types of assets like gold, silver, SP 500, and some escalations that are happening literally right now, plus an absolute ton more. So if you guys enjoy these updates, like the video, and let's get straight into this one. So the first thing we need to know is Trump. He's come out with a statement saying the US has total control, Iran's military is defeated, and their economy has collapsed. It's over for the mullahs. I don't know what planet Trump is tuning into, but it's not planet Earth, because Iran still has its military. It hasn't collapsed, and the Strait of Hormuz, unfortunately, the evidence we have today, it's under complete and utter full shutdown, which is the worst case scenario for the globe. It's the worst case scenario for your portfolio in the short term. But I just want to stress this is short term. So the big $1 million question is, what actually is going to be the end game of this whole thing, which we'll talk about later in the video. But in the short term, this is obviously sinking many people's portfolios right now. So you can see right here, gold losing from about 4,500, which was holding onto that level, and now it dropped all the way down to it, nearly got down to below $4,000. So it has climbed back about $100 right now. But obviously, all of this data is perfectly correlating to everything that's happening on the ground near the Strait of Hormuz right now. And silver actually got as low as $60 recently as well. US oil is now under massive pressure right now because, there is obviously some black magic getting cast on the oil price, because obviously this cannot be good, what is happening. But you can see it is getting suppressed at around $91 for US oil price, and Brent sitting at about $93. So $93, and the big question is, will this get ready to explode once again? And if it does explode, I can't believe that is going to be good right now. Trump also has some statements about inflation. Let's have a listen into this.
Sir, Mr. President, about the latest inflation number which came out this morning. Could that be a
No, I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation.
So Trump now loves inflation. So anything that goes bad, Trump will probably love. So he loves inflation. He probably loves war. And unfortunately, who doesn't love it? People who have to pay for groceries and who have to pay for just expenses, because a lot of your stuff is going to be going up. Apparently, there's been a top secret mission to take out 22 ships of oil. So that's according to Trump, but we do know Trump does like to tell tall tales about things in the Middle East. And having said that, we have more unhinged tweets coming out of Trump. So Iran's military is a complete and total mess. Much of it, like their Navy and Air Force, doesn't even exist anymore. They have been completely defeated. Iran is all talk and no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal that would have been great for them, now that they will have to pay the price. So this seems to be the same rhetoric that's been happening from Trump from the beginning of this war. So remember, he said it was defeated months ago, and it's been defeated weeks ago, and today it's been defeated. But for some reason, the Strait of Hormuz is now completely closed. No ships are getting out, and the world economy is the big casualty right now, right? So a lot of people, stock portfolios going down, gold going down, silver going down. Now, the big question is, what actually happens here? And I want to talk about that in this video. So is Trump willing to just sink the whole global economy to basically achieve a strategic nothing burger for the USA? That's one of the big questions. And I've been thinking about it more and more. And if history does echo with what's happened in the past, I do think that might be something he might do. Because even though, look, we know, if you're in America, right, if you're an American watching this, or even if you're from a Western country, this whole conflict has very, very little value to you. It's got negative value to you. Basically, this whole thing is taking value from you. It's stealing from you. And, and I do think Trump's actions have been consistent with, just wanting to sink the global economy. Right. So it is not looking great. That's the way I put it, because it just seems to go on and on and on and on. And even this, if you have a look right here, the next countries to start fighting in the Middle East are Turkey and Israel as well. So maybe a new conflict opening up in the future between that. And I think if you're from a Western country, right, if you're from the USA, you're from Europe, you're from like Australia, New Zealand, who is fatigued to the Middle East? who does this really benefit? It doesn't benefit me. It probably doesn't benefit you. And it is just getting tiresome. It's also tiresome right now. And but I guess the good news is, look, we are seeing suppression coming in for gold. So this is the silver lining, right? So it is going down, right? Silver is going down. The stock market is going down. But once this thing does resolve, that's when obviously we'll see a big rebound. And remember, look, the politicians, they're going to continue to print out more and more money, more and more national debt. But there's going to be, items they're going to need to run the economy in the future. Copper's going to be one of them. Silver's going to be one of them. Gold has a lot of trust in it, more than fiat currency. And I think in the future, when there's lots of fear in the market right now, so we're probably sitting at peak fear right now. Maybe it will slide down at the moment. But in the future, it will probably reverse and things will get better. But sometimes things might get even worse before they get better. And, this is just something we have to have on the radar right now as this conflict basically goes on. It gets worse. It doesn't seem to be getting better. But remember, if you prepare, you stay informed, you're going to be ahead of the curve. And, you're going to be in a great position once this thing does flip, right? So the bad news for today is it's not flipping yet. The good news is, it will eventually have to flip, I think, in the long term. And again, massive day of volatility. That is today's update, honest update for you on the channel, telling you guys how it is. And that is everything right now to have on the radar. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Go have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.